opportunity to introduce our today's guest speaker, Dr. Sucheta Kolekar ma'am. She is currently working as faculty advisor, ECEL MIT, and assistant director of innovation and incubation at Manipal Institute of Technology, Manipal, Karnataka. She is also a associate professor at Manipal Institute of Technology in the Department of Information and Communication Technology. She has completed her diploma in CSE from Government Polytechnic College, Pune, and her BE from VIT Baramati, Pune. She also completed her MTech from Bharati Vidyapit, Pune, and she has completed her PhD in adaptive e-learning from Manipal Academy of Higher Education. So, with this brief introduction, I would like to request our guest speaker to start with today's section. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Quickly, just I want to know whether I'm audible and my PPT is visible.
Yes, ma'am. You are
Yes,
audible
ma'am.
and slides
Yes,
are
ma'am.
social.
Okay. I hope slides are moving. Slides are moving, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Good morning, all of you. Thank you for this warm welcome and inviting me to speak with you all regarding this topic called analytical skills for entrepreneurs and students. Uh, just to save the bandwidth, since we are in India, I'll just switch off my camera and I'll speak with respect to this topic. um, I won't say that this will be something like interactive session. It's not possible when we say that an online sessions are not that interactive. But yes, anytime if you want to ask any question, you can stop me. Though the QA section is there separately at the end. So yes, as introduced by Mule ma'am, that I'm Dr. Sucheta Kolekar. I'm basically a faculty in the Information and Communication Technology department. So that's what my basic identity. And then we have different additional responsibilities which we are taking here in Manipal Institute of Technology. So since I am assistant director for innovation and incubation, I'm closely working with lot of entrepreneurs in Manipal Institute of Technology, and I understand the importance of this topic. So I should congratulate the organizers for understanding the topic and keeping the session on this topic. A very important thing. And this particular topic is not explicitly required only for entrepreneurs, but this is required even for students and as well as for people like anyone who wants to face a lot of challenges or problems in day-to-day life. So that's why this particular topic is very much important. Moving to the next part, like this will be my outline of a presentation. I'm going to talk more about the case studies which we can solve using analytical skills. And apart from that, different other things which we will discuss. So, since the topic is analytical skills, we actually should start with analytical skills only. But whenever we say that analytical skills is not skill which we can learn from the womb of mother or like in the childhood, it's something like we have to inculcate, like we have to practice it. So analytical skills start from analytical thinking. Now somebody will say that, okay, we think a lot, we think and we do everything. But that analytical word makes a lot of difference when with respect to your thinking. So analytical is something like called critical, is something like called very much you have to think. It's something like you have to think from all directions, but you have to draw one small line between the critical thinking and the negative thinking. Your analytical thinking should not go and cross that line and should go towards the negative thinking. That should not happen. So that small line should be drawn between the critical thinking, between the lot of thinking, between the complex thinking and the negative thinking. So with this thought process, like analytical skills possible only when you have analytical thinking. So what does that analytical thinking means? So basically you should have the ability to collect, analyze, interpret and evaluate to solve complex problems and take complex decisions. And this is something like which we face in day-to-day life also. not maybe the complex problems or complex decisions, but every time we will be facing some or the other things. Can't say problem, again problem is a negative word, but we can say that a lot of situations or circumstances where we have to go for taking decisions, and that is to be solved using analytical skills, analytical thinking. So what this skills involves, so always we have to understand these four important points which are related with the analytical skills. One is breaking down the problem into smaller chunks. Second is examining the connections and the requirements between those smaller divided sub-problems. Then identify the patterns and understand the root cause analysis. Then the last one is draw the logical conclusions based on the evidence and data. So this we usually won't apply in day-to-day life like this stepwise, but if we apply, we could able to solve the problem, or we could able to take the decision very easily. So you must have faced a lot of problems in your life, like taking admission to specific course itself is a dilemma situation or circumstances for the students, and then you have to see how that problem you can solve by using these four steps. So I'm going to talk about these four steps, how these four important things can be the important stages of analytical skills, and those stages are seven. So I'm going to map these four steps to seven skills by taking one example, making this specific presentation talking about analytical skills, just giving the definitions and talking what it is, how it is. It's better we should take example and talk. So important thing in any kind of project, startup, or in your day-to-day life, whatever it is, the most important thing which you have to pick or which you have to face or which you have to think is problem. The word itself is problem. So the problem here I am taking for the example, it's very simple example. If you can understand this example and how we are solving this, it will be easy for you people to understand what is analytical skills. So I'm taking the very real time example. It's just what I am doing right now is I am taking one session. Assume that this particular session is a part of my one online course. You must have aware that some of the online courses are happening online. A lot of online platforms are available, and assume that I am the founder of one online platform, and I actually initiate a lot of online courses in your domain. I expect many participants should join that courses, and there will be some paid courses. With that, I'll get business. So this is the situation. Now the thing is, the problem is like this, that now number of participation and joining these online courses have reduced, and I have to make sure that I'll increase the business. So the problem tagline is defined like this, that improve the number of participants joining the online session course on analytical skills. The name of the online course is analytical skills, and increase the business. I hope you're clear with this problem. We'll again go and discuss further about this problem. So in this particular scenario, since you assume that I'm one of the founder of this particular platform, online platform, I'm giving a lot of online courses, and I suddenly realized that the number of participation is reduced and the business is reduced. So this problem is something like reduce the number of participants. Now, this is the problem if we are facing, and I have to solve this problem using my analytical skills. I cannot just do any random things. I cannot just take random decisions like I'll close this platform or I'll just go for a lot of things to do to make sure that participation will increase. But I have to go and solve this problem very systematically. So we are going to start the stages of applying analytical skills to solve this problem. So the problem definition, problem we identified, but we are going to mention that as a specific statement. So problem identification, if you see in this box is mentioned less number of participants. Because of what? So there is one important reason can be due to awareness, no awareness about the course or about my platform. This one specific reason I could able to find out. Now, since I got reason, I should validate that reason. So next step is data collection. Mostly we what we do, we just listen, we just assume, we just see, and then based on that we go for taking decisions, but that's not a correct way. So we should always have a quantifiable data, facts and figures to understand and analyze. So for this reason, like what I found out for my problem is no awareness is there. Like people don't know about my online course. So why that? What is the reason? So nowadays, you know that most of the time online courses information. Even Praveen sir could able to know about me through the social media platforms and through the WhatsApp and Telegram groups. So most of the time, this awareness happens through this kind of situations where I have to identify the source of information about this course, like how people will come to know about this course. How many inquiries are happening about this course? If somebody comes to know from social media, whether they are inquiring, and if they are inquiring, whether they are joining. So basically, I have to see conversion from inquiry to course. So source of information I should able to collect. So started collecting from how many different type of sources people are coming to know about my course, whether I am doing any kind of promotion on the social media platforms or WhatsApp groups and Telegram groups. That is what is the data collection, how many times I'm doing, how many people are following that. So once I got this source of information, third stage is something like I have to analyze. So most of the time the source of information which I'm going to be putting on is on social media. I have to see whether I'm putting periodically or not. I have to see whether duration of informing about this course is correct or not. At the same time, I got to know from different inquiries why they are not joining the course, because the duration of the course is very lengthy. People don't want to attend big courses. They want short sessions, short courses. So this analysis, I got it from the data. I just not assumed myself these are the situations, but I went for understanding from the data. So once I got the analysis, I'm going to go to the root cause of that. So root cause is I'm not doing periodical promotion. It's not happening. I'm not revising the syllabus of the course, and I'm not identifying which topics are lengthy, which can be shortened. I'm not even doing something like promotional offers, like I discount offers or something on the courses through the promotions. This also I'm not doing. This is what my root cause analysis. Now, once I know what is root cause, it's very easy to define the solution. So solution is something streamline the online and offline social media promotions with different offers. Just randomly, I cannot talk about my online course. I should even give the offer so that people get attracted. At the same time, I have to revise the syllabus of the contents of the course, and I should go and see how different way I can put that course, which will be short. So once I know this is the solution, what's wrong in implementing? Yes, I have implemented the solution. I started implementing for few months, checking a few days. If the problem is that way that I have to quickly check, I did for a few days. Now I have to evaluate my solution. So the next stage, we cannot just leave when we apply the solution. We have to even evaluate it. So you implement the specific policy and check how many responses have started, how many conversions have started happening, how people are reacting to the revised syllabus. This is what the evaluation. I defined these parameters. I started collecting data and I got to know that, okay, this is going good and good response and good comments are coming up. Then I'll take a decision, which will be something like a permanent decision for some duration, and that I have to iterate the process of promotion. I have to go for offering a lot of discounts, and I have to revise the syllabus frequently as per the real time needs. So this is the way I have solved the problem, and I have to make sure that I'll improve the participation in a using online platform, and at the same time I'll get the business. So this is one example, and these are the 7 stages. Now, if you see these stages, please note of these stages. Please at least try to remember these stages, because these stages we are going to use it in the next example. Now I'll quickly shift to one important topic, is importance of analytical skills. Why we need analytical skills and what is the importance. So as you saw in the previous example, what we did, actually we had to solve the problem and we had to take some decisions which were complex. We cannot go for taking quickly. We have to have some steps to follow. So the most important thing of using analytical skills is effective decision making. So, decision anyone can take. People are having capabilities to take the decisions. Whether decision went effective or not, that's important to be identified from the analytical skills. Second is we could able to solve the problem by applying lot of thought process. So problem solving is very important thing which we can handle by the analytical skills. When we solve the problem, we just not thinking, we think critical, we literally think how we can actually understand the problem. Lot of critical thinking goes, and then based on the critical thinking, when we want to solve the problem, we define the strategy. So to strategic planning, we should have analytical skills based on step by step analysis. Once I have to start working on analysis, I cannot just analyze, I have to have data. So how you will analyze the data? Data analysis is also a very important quality, should be there in any student or any entrepreneur or any normal person who is pursuing a career. So data driven insights, this is one important requirement from the analytical skills which we can improve. Next to that, we actually go for effective decisions, and at the same time we go for identifying the impact, whether it is efficient, optimized. So if you see my previous example, in the previous example, I just didn't go for directly taking the decision of promoting on social media, but I actually checked how much time I have to do that. So one important parameter I talked about is optimization. And that optimization part is something, so I have to define it. I am doing optimized way. This is something which is very important at this particular moment. I'll quickly stop here and I just check whether I'm audible to all, because usually in online platforms, just need to have confirmation. So I'm audible to all?
Yes, ma'am. You are audible. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. So efficiently, I have to take the decision, and that's why I went for one step to understand the analysis and taken decision, and that should be optimized. I cannot just go every day, do promotion, put offers. I have to optimize. So that I said periodically I'm going to do. Next important thing which we have to be doing is we should be always adaptable and flexible for understanding the problems and taking complex decisions. So analytical skills always makes us that important. It's very difficult to change. It's very difficult to adopt some kind of strategies. It's very difficult to change and accept that, oh, my participation in my online courses and business is very less. It's very difficult to accept that. So adaptability, flexibility is very important thing. Then communication and persuasion. So persuasion, communication, these are something which people hesitate to do. People won't go for communicating what's wrong by understanding the problem, taking some data from the people and go for applying persuasion. Like what I did in the previous example, I want to collect the data. So I started connecting to the people and understanding, oh, they don't have awareness about it, or they don't know about the offers which are there on this online course. So this important thing which we have to do. Then the last one is personal and professional development goal. So analytical skills ultimately, indirectly, this is the last thing which we can say the last outcome from this is obviously your personal and professional growth is going to happen. If you analyze every situation, if you apply analytical skills in every problem, this is going to happen. So these are the importance of analytical skills, which everyone should know. And basically important things is critical thinking, data driven analysis, and then go for strategic planning, which will automatically solve your problem and which will create personal and professional growth. Now we'll quickly move to some of the problems, since Praveen sir told me that you all are from pharmacy background, because your college is pharmacy where I'm giving session now. I just want to you people understand from your domain perspective. Probably may not, but it's not like very much deep domain perspective, very high superficial domain perspective. Examples I have defined here. Something like problems in pharmacy enterprise, because we are seeing this analytical skills stock and stages. We should go for seeing domain specific problems. So I identified some of the problems and listed here, which you may accept, you may not accept, or you may say that more than these problems, there are many other problems, ma'am, which are very much important. Any kind of perspective or view will be actually welcome. So first problem which I'm defining here is something like medication dispensing errors. So there will be always this kind of errors people face, and even pharmacy enterprise and pharmacy basically shops, they face this particular error. Inventory management is very important. It's not just about managing the inventory, but again, you have to see the different kind of medicines, and you have to see the make of that medicine. You have to see even expiry dates of medicine. So it's very difficult. Regulatory compliances, every now and then, most of the rules and regulation changes, and you have to make sure that you are complying with those. Rising medicine costs may be the worry or situation for the people who are selling the medicines at the same time who are purchasing the medicines. Technology integration. So this particular part is totally different, like medical pharmacy is totally different, technology is totally different, but how we can integrate technology to make the better solution. Dynamic healthcare policies, same as the regulatories. And then we have staffing and workforce management, like you have to manage a lot of people at every place in your enterprise, in your shop, and there is a lot of workforce, lot of work life cycles which you have to manage. Then medication adherence. Many people who are, like we can say, patients or customers, they are not adhering to the medications what are prescribed by the doctors. So how you can help them to actually understand how that important and then follow. Competition and market dynamics. Every now and then people are coming with different kind of medicines, different medicine companies are coming up. Every now and then, every small corner of the city or every single road, lot of medical shops are available. So competition is and market is very dynamic here. And the last important point is ethical considerations. So everything is accepted under this specific part where you are following all the ethics when you are working on this pharmacy enterprise, and it's very important. So you are working on pharmacy part itself is something like giving you the lot of responsible feeling to follow all the ethics. So these are the problems which I have identified, may be suitable, may not be suitable. Right now, I'm not going to take your opinion on this, but yes, we will take one example from these all problems and we'll say how we can solve this problem using analytical skills. And that time, probably, I request all the participants to interact to solve this problem. So one more example in pharmacy area. The problem which I'm taking into consideration is increasing medication dispensing errors, which in turn lead decreasing the sale. So for example, assume that you have established a very posh medical shop in your area, and very good responses coming at the initial level from all the customers and patients. People started coming, peak hours, full rush in your shop. You could not able to manage that rush, and slowly you started understanding that the medication dispensing errors are more, and that's why the sale has started decreasing. Like first few weeks of it's going boom, but then slowly it started decreasing. I hope this problem is clear to all. Can anyone just quickly give me the nod or respond that is the problem is clear to? Anyone, just problem is clear.
Yes,
This, I hope this
yes,
problem is actually will be there, right?
yes,
So yeah. I think few of you can just unmute yourself and you can speak. Let me see whether I can hear you people properly or not because of network issue, but still. So the problem identification, again, we are going to go for following 7 steps. I hope all of you remember those 7 steps. Short-term memory may it is saved. Problem identification with this problem is we are starting with analytical skills. My thought process is started now. Receiving several complaints, how to reach to this problem, how you understood this is the problem. You started receiving a lot of complaints from the customers regarding medication dispensing errors. And that's why you really started checking how much sale is happening, and then you understood that it's actually reducing. And these errors are happening because there is a lot of rush in your pharmacy suddenly. Your pharmacy is something like a very good posh people who like to come and purchase medicines there only. They have that trust. But you see that a lot of rush started happening, and then errors are coming, and then sale is increasing. Now I'm going to go for next step. And I understood this is the problem, so I have to identify what kind of data which will be useful for my analysis purpose. Because without that, I just simply somebody came and complained, I'll not go for considering this as a problem or going to solve this as a solution. So number of complaints, this is one parameter. Turnaround time. So can anyone quickly tell here what will be the turnaround time with respect to this situation? Anyone? Just to give a try. Bouncer भी चलेगा.
Nearly 1 month or 3 weeks.
Okay, so you're saying turnaround time will be 1 month or 3 weeks. Okay. Anyone else in this particular situation? What will be turnaround time? Anyone else? Okay. So I'll just give in situation what it will be. The turnaround time, something like I went to shop and I gave my prescription, or I told my these medicines I want to purchase. And then the people who are actually sitting at the front, they won't get up and go and get the medicine, but they will tell the other people who are there at the supporting staff to get the medicines. And I'm standing there when I gave the prescription and when I'm getting the medicines, that particular time, it's something called waiting time, will be considered as turnaround time. So it can be few minutes, right? Types of errors. So whether these errors are happening with respect to wrong medication or with respect to the make of a medication or with respect to the dosage of a medication, what exactly the type of error? How many times these kind of errors are coming? So it's called frequency. Then which staff is doing, whether the front sitting people who are actually dealing with the customers, they are doing mistake, or the people who are supporting or searching the medicines and getting them, they are doing mistakes. Who are doing these mistakes? And what is the severity of these errors? You can divide this kind of errors into different kind of severity levels. Normal, some basic errors can be ignored, but severe errors like which will create a lot of issues cannot be ignored. And then we have to understand the potential causes of these kind of errors. So we started collecting data in this way. Next is analysis. So we say that staff are overloaded in that particular time. We can call it as a peak time where staff are overloaded, all like front end people also, supporting people also. Software system which you have just now incorporated. Your my pharmacy shop is very posh, and you just got the software system installed, and a lot of front people are connected to server, and they are actually accessing the medicines, availability of medicines, everything they are checking through the software system. One major issue, not always human beings are going to be the culprit in this situation, but there can be scenario that software system is not responding properly when this peak hours. Inefficiency of a supporting staff, maybe supporting staff are not able to get the medicines immediately, or they may be going and picking wrong medicines. Why they are picking wrong medicines? Because search of medicine is not optimized in a way in that particular medical shop. So this kind of analysis are possible based on the data which we collected. Now we have to go next step. Can anyone quickly tell what will be the next step after analysis? What we have to do as per the 7 steps which we saw? Anyone? Come on, guys. Just now we solved
Root
one
cause
problem.
analysis.
Ma'am, root
Thank you, ma'am.
Root
Thank you
cause
all.
analysis.
Yes, so next step which we have it is root cause analysis. So we analyze based on the data. Now, why these analysis are coming? What exactly the root cause of that? Why staff are overloaded? Why software system is not working? Why supporting staff are inefficient? Why search of medicine is not optimized? So root cause. Root causes are inadequate training to manage the rush. Supporting staff as well as front end staff, they have not given training how to manage the rush. Software computer is not upgraded properly. It's not upgraded frequently. Your software is not getting upgraded. Your machine is not having all the required installations frequently. Supporting staff not trained to search the medicines. Sometimes we will not have time to train the supporting staff, and then it leads to such kind of errors. And the organization of medicines in the shop itself is not proper. We have to make sure that it will be periodically managed. Like today we kept it in a proper way, but by evening it will go. It that way will go, that proper things will go, and then again you have to set up it properly. So these are the root cause analysis we understood. Now we are going to generate the solution. So solution is, since it's inadequate training means yes, you have to enhance the training to the people. You have to define the workflow, and you have to ask people to work as per that workflow. Upgrade the software frequently, go for high end system, because that is a one time investment which you have to do. Revise the labeling of the medicines so that it will be easy to search. You will not do any mistake in searching. Increase supporting staff, because you know the rush is there and you need people. So why can't you increase the supporting staff? Very difficult decision. Actually, this is generally we won't put a lot of people because we have to give salary to them. Thinking from the problem perspective, quality check of dispensing medicine. So there should be some kind of quality check when you are giving medicines to customers. Are you having any kind of mechanism to recheck this, whether the correct medicines are dispensing or not? So this solution you have to implement. Once we implement, it's not just we finished. We have to evaluate that. So check the turnaround time, because we implemented solution. Now we have to see how many number of errors are coming, complaints are coming, how much time people are really waiting, how much sale is increased, how is the performance of software system. All these evaluations we have to do. How the staff is performing, do we really need to recruit new staff? This evaluation you have to do, and once that is done, you take complex decisions. So the decision is like this: iterate the process of training, workflow optimization, upgradation, and recruitment. And iterate the process means you do it periodically, optimized way. So you define the period, whether it is 15 days, 1 month, 6 months. For every separate thing, you will have separate period. So you can define that. So we solve this problem using this analytical skill, 7 stages of analytical skills. And we came to the specific decision. Now that decision, if you implement, a lot of things are going to change. Ultimately, sales of your pharmacy shop is going to increase. The customer's trust will increase. The customer's feedback will be improved. A lot of things will change. Now we will go to the next topic. It's called how analytical skills are important in entrepreneurship. Till now, 2 examples and 2 case studies I took. One is in general, one is with respect to your domain, and still we solve those problems from a normal person. But when people use analytical skills, especially those people, they are called budding entrepreneurs. They are actually setting up their startups, and they want to see like how a specific problem can be solved. Now the list of problems which I showed previously in your area, the problems in pharmacy enterprise, actually you can pick up some of the problems, and you can think how the best solution you can provide, and you can come out with commercialized solution, and you can start your own startup, and you can go for entrepreneurship journey. So to do that, you have to know how the analytical skills are significant in entrepreneurship. So some of the important significance points will repeat, but then we have to understand from the entrepreneurship point of view. So data driven based decision making So whole 7 steps we applied, and we collected data, and then we gone for decision making is the important thing which is required for entrepreneurship, which we understood by 2 examples. Next is, suppose I'm going to solve the problem, but that problem is really required in the market to be solved. Really, customers or really opportunities there for a market as per the market trends. So again, this is separate problem. Again, you have to follow all the steps and check whether your solution is marketable, whether you have opportunities to put your market into your solution into the market. So again, follow the 7 steps. When you are going for that, the third important significance requirement is risk assessment and mitigation. Not every person will start very posh pharmacy, right? People will go for assessing the risk, whether I can start, what kind of risk will be associated. So here I'm talking about the risk related to startups. Like, you have a good team, you are going to come out with the proper solution, whether the solution is proper or not, whether the solution is sustainable or not, whether you have required resources to put up that solution, whether you have proper funding for that solution. All these points will come under risk assessment and mitigation. Mitigation is something you have to come out with a solution to solve that risk. Then next part comes as a financial management, the very important critical problem of entrepreneurship, which can be solved and which cannot be solved without analytical skills, which can be solved only because of analytical skills. Then we understood problem solving and innovation. I can come out with an innovative idea to solve my previous problem. Why medical dispensing errors are more? We didn't do any innovation as such there. We just got the data and we solved that problem. We didn't do any specific innovation there, but we solved a problem by using analytical skills. You have to make use of analytical skills in startup journey, entrepreneurship journey, to define some strategic planning and to execute those. You have to be continuous in a continuous improvement. You have to do an optimization. So I said in the previous example, if I see from the entrepreneurship side, like from the business side or from the my startup side, I have to go for optimizing it. I cannot just spend time on giving training to the people. I cannot just put cost and upgrading the machine. I cannot just put cost on giving recruiting the new people. So actually I have to go for optimizing so that my management of financial things will be proper. At the same time, the last important thing is, since we are talking in the entrepreneurship domain, the most important thing is finance, and finance can be something like which will be supported through the investors and through the fundraising schemes. So we have a lot of fundraising schemes which are there by government of India and even private. A lot of investors are investing. So you being a owner of that pharmacy shop, how you will apply your analytical skills to raise the funding. So raising the fund is something like a problem. Now you have to solve, you have to put 7 stages and you have to solve this problem and make sure that you will get funding. The last important thing, which is really significant with respect to analytical skills, and we saw in the previous example, ultimately it's not about your business, but it's about the customer satisfaction. So customer profiling and experience analysis can be actually solved or can be actually analyzed using analytical skills. So significance of analytical skills in the startups or entrepreneurship journey is to do all these things. All 7 steps you can apply to do these one thing. And every stage you have to do this. This is something like right from starting till end. You are actually going into the entrepreneurship journey, just defining the problem, solving it, coming to solution with the market, raise the funds and satisfy the customers and make your business sustainable. These are all the steps you have to follow using analytical skills. So I'll quickly move to the solution as a startup idea for the previous problem, medical dispensing errors problem, using some kind of startup innovative solution. So I hope you will able to relate to this. So my solution will be something like a startup idea. And the startup idea solution, which I'm giving to this kind of problem, which we did previously, medical dispensing errors, is digital online pharmacy. Okay. You may relate, you may not relate, you may accept, you may not accept, but this kind of solution I'm giving as a startup idea, that you please go and open your digital online platform for your pharmacy. So come out with your online pharmacy shop, come out with your online selling of medications. And already this solution is there. You might have seen a lot of companies, a lot of online pharmacy shops where they are actually selling the medicines online. I'm not saying something new, but how we can solve this problem innovatively, this will be the startup idea. So startup idea, again, we take a problem. Problem is increase in demand and accessibility, and you have to make sure that you will retain the customers, because customers should not go and jump to next other shops, and we have to make sure that customers will buy the product or medicines from your shop only, whether it is offline or online. In the online scenario, we can have actually customer retention. Now the data which I have to collect: sales per day, sales per medicine, sales during peak hours, types of customers who are actually coming, demand, what kind of demand for different kind of medicines, inventory data you can manage online, customer feedback you can take online, which is not possible in offline shop. Every customer will not have time to give feedback in offline, but online you can make short feedback form and give. So online, we can actually collect a lot of data, and you can see whether this online platform of selling pharmacy medicines will work or not. A lot of data we will collect. Like types of customers is one important thing. Analytical thinking should come immediately here. Can I quickly ask what is the meaning of types of customers? What types of customers I'm looking for to put up this solution? Can anyone quickly tell? Domain is yours. I'm talking hopefully. And still, in general, we can understand types of customers who are coming and purchasing medicines. How many types? Anyone in general?
Come on, students.
Sorry.
No, I'm
Yes,
asking the
ma'am.
students simple answer like they can
Okay,
give.
okay, okay. Okay, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
But usually, ma'am, we have the customers coming directly from the doctor, meaning
Huh.
the doctor or a hospital has a tie with your pharmacy. So all those
Okay.
patients get directed to you. It
Yes.
could be just a random customer who is in the vicinity, the shop is in the vicinity
Yeah.
of them, so they come to you. And so there is a limitation that, geographical location is a limitation in a way.
Correct.
But
Yes, ma'am.
on a
Exactly.
online pharmacy, the limitation is dissolved, and
Yes.
then anybody with your repute of your online pharmacy can actually put in the valid prescription, and then you can abide that. So
Yes.
that's the
Correct,
main
ma'am.
advantage. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Exactly. You took a proper point, ma'am. And types of customers, even you identified. Where I am seeing online platform, types of customers, or types of people who are purchasing medicines. We have to understand that point also. Why? Because we have to make sure that those people will be retained with us. They will always purchase medicine from your online platform only. They, though maybe they are like directly prescribed by the doctors, or maybe those are who are actually the medical shops to whom you're giving medicines, whatever may be the scenario. So types of customers, I'm here saying it. Some customers are temporary, whereas some customers are permanent. Like suppose if you take example of old age people, and they may be having some kind of problems like BP, diabetes, thyroid, and Alzheimer, kind of like basic, where lifelong time they are taking medicines, and then they should take the medicines from you only. So you have to make sure that their experience will be great, so that they'll always come to you only. So types of customers, even you can define it as per your own requirements, like ma'am specified. Even I'm specifying temporary and permanent. Like temporary, you're just having some small things, or some accident happened, or some hospitalization happened, they came and purchased. Or long term people who are actually the permanent. So we can collect the data for such people, and we can actually go for understanding the pattern. Analysis: repeated orders of medicines you can analyze. age group of customers you can analyze, because I want to understand types of customers. I'll go for age group also, one of the parameter. Frequency of visiting, specific age of customers, that also I can identify. What kind of medicines are required, like disease wise also you can actually identify. And then here, online platform, is there any medicine dispensing errors are happening, that also you can identify. Since you deployed this medical online platform initially, apart from your offline dispensing, you just thought like, okay, the peak time, rush time, I can't I keep this online platform and people go for purchasing it. Now we'll go for root cause analysis. So rush, demand, again same problem. On the online platform also it can be, but it will solve the problem if you put it online. So competition, frequency, user experience you can capture. Lack of education to the patients about the online platform, that you can define it. And problems with the medication, like non-adherence, so that also you can handle, which we cannot handle through the offline scenario. Like you can keep the prescription, you can connect to the customers, you just go one step ahead, make one small application into your online platform itself to give them a reminder to take this dosage of medication every day. So actually you're connecting to customers, you can make sure that they will retain with you. At the same time, their errors will reduce. So root cause analysis we understood. Now based on this root cause analysis, I'll go for giving the potential solution. I'll just implement the solution. Solution is potential digital platform with a web or mobile application. Purchasing medicine option should be there. Search of medicine option should be there. Or once I search, next time if I want to search, I should get automatically those medicines. Dosage cross verification should be there. Educational resources with respect to medicine, like what is the use of this medicine? What are the side effects of medicine I can implement? Interactive features to engage and support patients I can implement. So based on live online solution, online pharmacy, I can do a lot of things. So now I can say that yes, now how much innovative thought process you can put here to make your solution better online, that much you can implement. Evaluate it. Last like second last step is evaluate. Without evaluation you cannot just say I'm doing great. Conduct user research and gather feedback from the patients and check how really it is useful, helpful, or it's irritating. For sometimes we may go extra things and then sometimes people feel irritating. Check the sales logs, and these all information you can get it from the online easily. Check even the non-adherence cases, even you can go and connect with them personally. Once you do the evaluation, you take a complex decision. So complex decision is with respect to this startup idea, like you will go for implementing this online platform full-fledged and keep continuous monitoring of performance, impact of this digital pharmacy solution on the people who are working for you and on the people who are customers and the users. Track the medication adherence rates, user engagement, and patient involvement. And this is possible because of this digital pharmacy solution. Now, this is something like your startup idea. Now you can come out with, there are many places where this solution is still not exist. There are many places where you can actually make use of this solution and do a lot of business. So I hope this example made you people understand and get the clear understanding of analytical skills. Now we'll go next topic, that is types of analytical skills. What are the different types of analytical skills are there? So there are types of analytical skills, again little bit repeating with respect to significance and importance. One of the important type of analytical skill is problem solving, which we saw. Second analytical skill, like how many types of analytical skills you have. If you see these three examples, and now I can say that yes, problem solving is one type of analytical skill I can apply, I can do. If I am not good in solving problem, but at least I can identify what data should be collected and analysis to be done. I'm not sure whether we can solve the problem or not, but data analysis I can do. So that is one type of skill you can inculcate. Critical thinking, forget about solving problem, forget about collecting data and doing analysis. I am good in critical thinking. Take me that I am good in critical thinking. If that is also type of analytical skill you have, very good. People will solve the problem, people will take the data, people will actually apply critical thinking, but they cannot think new. They cannot do research. So whether you have improving your analytical skill, like I can provide an innovative solution, I can do research and quickly check whether such kind of things are already exist or not. So an innovation and research skill is one type of analytical skill. Critical interpretation, thinking is one. We think, but we won't specify. We think, but we won't interpret. We think, but we won't convey or communicate. So critical interpretation is important. Logical reasoning. Root cause analysis was the very best understanding of logical reasoning. I actually started connecting dots and checking what logically required to be analyzed to go to the root cause of that particular problem. So logical reasoning, if you are good in root cause analysis, you can say that, yes, I'm good in logical reasoning analytical skill. Decision making, finally, people should have authority and should have guts to take decisions. So that is also possible using analytical skill. Like you have a very good team. Team did all 7 steps and came to this conclusion to take this complex decision. And then you are the manager of that particular place, and they came to you and they started telling, boss, this is the decision we have to take. This we have done. Still, you have to have analytical skills to take a final call on that decision. That is very important. Financial analysis, we saw in entrepreneurship also, we saw in solving normal example, normal problem also, some money is required and how you will take that call. Forecasting and predictive analysis. So most of the time it's scenario that if this data is showing, that means next few months my sale will go and decreasing. This is I'm doing forecasting. This is what I'm predicting. Maybe if long-term people, long-term customers started reducing, you will understand that yes, sustainability is gone, your scalability is gone. You cannot go for doing business for long term because your permanent customers are started slowly reducing. So this forecasting or predictive analysis you should do. For that also, again, you have to follow those 7 steps. So those 7 steps are not going to leave your hand. And the last one is very important analytical skill, as I say, is documentation and visualization. And if you are good in that, then you can do anything. So it's something like people do a lot of things, but they cannot document. They cannot just write. They cannot make that things on paper. They cannot give the visualization to that. So if you are good in that, you can improve your skills with respect to writing, communicating, putting data in the form of graphs, in the form of figures, in the form of charts, in the form of way visualization is possible, easy. You are actually applying that analytical skill very heavily. So these are the types of analytical skills you can actually go for taking one and making yourself best in that. Now, how to develop? I talked about different types of analytical skills. Now, how to develop those skills? I'm not going to give you very specific or say 100% solution how to develop analytical skills because people will say that analytical skills will start from right from childhood, right from starting. Now, suddenly at the age of 40, 50, can I improve my analytical skills? Yes, you can do that. I'm going to show some important points to develop the analytical skills. So the first one is ask yourself questions. And this you might have seen in small kids. Small kids ask a lot of questions. Ask questions yourself. Like continuously ask why this like this, what is this like this, what happened, why this, all. This is very simple. You can do that. You literally have to improve the thinking. You have to literally start asking questions. Second is take time to think about things. We literally won't have time to think. If you are going somewhere on the road, in the college, in the premises, in the working area, why these things are like this? Are you thinking or are you really accepting what as it is? So start thinking about the things which are nearby you, which are surrounding. That will improve your analytical skills. Thinking is important. To think, you have to ask the questions. Play brain games. A lot of people say that to develop analytical skills, you have to have your brain sharp. So people ask you to play a lot of brain games. Brain games can be anything. It's not necessary you have to literally take a mobile phone, download some games and play. And when teachers ask for parents, what are you doing? I'm playing brain games because today I attended analytical skills talk and ma'am told her literally you have to play the games. I'm not talking about mobile phone laptop games. I'm talking about brain game. Brain games can be anything. It's not always those games. But in your real life situation, in day-to-day life situation, put that situation as a game. Like, okay, this is the game. I'm a player. Another player can be anyone. In situation, it can be God, it can be the next person in front of you. You are the player one, others are the player two. Now start playing game and check how you're going and facing that situation. Next is work out math problems. Pharmacy people also may be solving math problems, I don't know, but still you can actually see analytical problems. I can say some problems where XYZ will be there, like data collection. We saw parameters, one parameter two, parameter three, some mathematical thing. A debating for or reading club. Join debating or reading club is important. And not necessarily have to literally fight. You can read. People are having a habit of reading nowadays. People are not having a habit of communicating what they read. And people are not having a habit of defending or conveying correct things, what they have actually knowledge or what they have read. So that you have to start. Build a large knowledge base in your domain itself, but build your large knowledge base so that you can solve the problems from that knowledge. Expand your worldview. Just don't be into one small thing. Just expand your worldview. Just come out of that thing, come out of your comfort zone, come out of your box and start thinking. People always say think out of box. Just that doesn't mean that you actually go inside box and come out of box. Search for connections, search for data, search for a lot of facts and figures. And for that also you need a lot of analytical skills. So basically, if I search a lot of connections, information, if I improve my knowledge base, if I go play games, if my brain is sharp, if I know a lot of data, if I know a lot of information, that means I'm actually improving my analytical skills. Pay attention to small details. So even today's my presentation is generic. I didn't talk any rocket science here. I just talk very generic things. But small things, whether you have observed or not, that's up to you. Everyone cannot go for detailing, but yes, try to be giving attention to small detail things. Take on new responsibilities. Unless you get responsibility, you will not apply analytical skills. I'm a normal person. Today, I got a responsibility to interact with you people and talk about analytical skills. I took this responsibility. Then only I actually put myself into the analytical skills, which I was doing into the different things. Challenge yourself with little things, same as taking responsibilities, but challenge yourself. Just don't take responsibility and sit. Improve in that by getting new things. Last point is instruct others on analytical thinking. Now, today, some of you have joined this class, this session, and you came to know about analytical skills. You can literally go and talk about these analytical skills, analytical thinking. Tomorrow, you can make a fun out of it also. Like suppose tomorrow, two of you, two, three people, you have gone to canteen to drink coffee, tea, and there something is happening and you people are discussing and suddenly are analytical skills, are critical thinking, come critical think critically. Talk on this point with the critical thought process. You will literally make a fun of and start practicing critical thinking, problem solving, analytical thinking, data capturing, data analyzing day to day life. So this way you can actually develop the analytical skills, how to read, how to ask question, how to spend time, how to play brain games, how to solve math problems, how to go and debate. This I cannot teach. I cannot even talk about. But I'm telling these are the things if you practice, one or two out of which also if you practice, you can actually develop analytical skills in you. So we are going to take some domain-based specific suggestions. As why I'm putting this point here is domain-based specific suggestions. It means that how you will improve your analytical skills going into your domain. So the most important step, the first step is How you will get into such situation where you have to apply analytical skills? It's something like a driving skills. You know every theory of a driving, but unless you go and start your car and drive, you will not able to apply the analytical skills there or your driving skills there. So get immersed every now and then in front of you, around you, surrounded by yourself. Lot of things are there. Start getting immersed. Immersed means to start actually getting into it. You have a lot of spaces where you can actually go and check, oh, what problems are here, what kind of solution I can provide. So get immersed. Once you started getting immersed, we actually I'm talking a little different, but saying we conduct a lot of immersive hackathons and competitions. So people nowadays conduct a lot of hackathons and competitions where they give problems and you solve it. That is not correct. Actually, we have to make you people to identify the problems. Solution automatically will come. So immersive hackathons are immersive places where you go and identify the problems. Second step is identify problems. Then we'll go slowly. So getting immersed is very important thing to identify the problems. Once you identify problems, capture data. Since I'm talking from the entrepreneurship point of view also, you got the data, you actually go for analyze the market based on data. Like you're going to solve some problem. Is it really required to solve the problem from the commercialized perspective in the market? Identify what are the different existing solutions already there for this particular problem in the market itself. Define your customer segment to whom you're targeting to solve this problem. Identify the customer segment. Define is different. I'm going to define it. I'm going to focus on permanent customers from age 50 to 70 because they are my potential customers to purchase the medicines. Now you check nearby where are those customers, how you will go and touch upon. Design the solution to get into or to connect with them. Define the business model, like how, like people who are above 50 or 60, who are retired people, old age people, you want them to be with them. Maybe it's lost because they will not be in a good financial place where they can pay the money to every specific medicine which will be prescribed by doctor. So you define the business model for that, how you will get the business, at the same time they will be there. Evaluate the solution, what you are coming up with the business model, and then take the complex decision whether you want to go ahead with or not, or you want to go and find something else. So domain based specific suggestions with respect to entrepreneurship, every time these things are same, everything these things are common, everything these things are related to startup journey, entrepreneurship journey. We'll take some more case studies of startups from analytical skills. What are the different popular startups are there? Anyone knows some startups which are actually came out by identifying the problem? So I'm going to show some of the logos of those startups, and you can even specify what will be the problem they might have identified, and then they provided this solution. The very popular startup logo I'm going to show now. We'll have little bit interaction here. So first logo is Uber. Anyone knows Uber? Uber is one solution which is going in the market. Anyone can tell what problem they saw? Yes, anyone? Uber is for what problem?
Ma'am, in a particular emergency, if we want to um, get a taxi or we
Yes,
want to go somewhere, then we can order a taxi online and we can get it on time
yes,
within few minutes. So
yes. So
was
Ola,
the major
Uber,
problem that
absolutely correct, Chahat. So you told that yes, this is the problem that we couldn't book the taxi whenever we want for a specific distance. So Uber and Ola solved this problem, correct? This is what problem they saw and then they started solving. Anyone knows about this next Airbnb? Okay, I think I would have put something else instead of Airbnb, which is simply providing similar solution, but Airbnb is the start of that solution, providing a solution. You know about um, Oyo? Anyone heard Oyo?
Ma'am,
Now,
Airbnb is just like availability of the hostels or the flats or the
correct.
any of the places in all over India.
Yes,
So they
yes,
can we can make an availability, we can make arrangements for the as per our requirements. If there is a flat or
absolutely.
room, likewise.
Yes, Uber is the required transportation and Airbnb is required accommodation. Okay. Now, next we'll see Spotify. Yes, what was the problem what Spotify is handling? Hey, they are giving just music, no?
Um, Ma'am, whenever we are going through a certain emotion or we want music regarding our specific mood, Spotify analyzes the choice of music which we make during listening songs, and it provides us a option to select a song into our liked songs or favorite songs, and
Lovely.
it creates the playlist according to it, and we can listen to the music like it
Super, super.
um, for
Thank you,
study music.
Chario, giving very detailed problem specification and then Spotify solving that. Like very nice. I was not knowing. I have a very great and intelligent audience here, right? Good. So Spotify was something like giving very customized and personalized music solutions for the people which we can play. Then the next game is yes. What was the problem Netflix is solving? Is there any problem Netflix has to solve?
Ma'am, Ma'am, in our community, in social community, there are many certain problems which cannot be raised, or many issues which cannot be told specifically. So Netflix can make some series out of it or some movie out of it, and we can create awareness about certain topics.
Yes. So actually, you mean
And
to say, and what he's saying is there was a requirement of platform to talk about social problems and whatever things we are facing. So Netflix is one of the platform we started. It's obviously OTT platform people say, but Netflix earlier used to come out with some kind of movies on this social things, and then as Netflix started putting movies on this kind of requirements also. So yes, as he specified, what these popular startups are doing, they are just identifying the problems in their nearby circumstances and then they are providing solutions. Not a big deal, not a great thing, but their solutions are great and we are using day to day in day to day life. Now pharmacy startups are there. I think let's take a pharmacy startups, what problems they saw. So one startup which I could able to find out is capsule. Anyone knows what capsule is solving problem? Yes, now I think Chahat only is going to specify, or anyone else has gone through. Even if I'm asking, and by the time others are telling answers, or even you can go to your mobile phone and search, Arey, what capsule is doing. Yes,
Ma'am, actually, I was gonna specify for Netflix one more problem which they solved.
yes, yes,
Uh, because of our job timings and all, we don't get time to watch some movies. Like if it is a theoretical or cinematic release of that movie, we cannot
correct.
always go for weekend and join to watch that movie or to enjoy that movie. So Netflix solves the problem that if we are riding a cab from office to home, we can watch that movie online
Yes,
by
correct.
that.
Combining solution. If you have internet facility, you can make use of these all the things, right? Capsule
Yeah.
is next point, which I actually saying that pharmacy startup. So some of you might have heard because Capsule is the first startup where they actually made the digital platform for online pharmacy. And actually they started delivering as per the prescriptions on the same day medicine. And some of the medicine they used to give free of cost. Then slowly a lot of other platforms started coming up as a competitions for the capsule. Next, where you can see PillPack. PillPack is the pharmacy which is started by Amazon. Amazon has suddenly understood, Are medicines also we can sell out from like how other online shopping things are happening. So they came out with PillPack. Many people are using PillPack. There is one more something called Medley. Anyone knows what is Medley? Have you heard about Medley startup or I'm talking these startups with respect to pharmacy. That means they are again similar kind of startup, which is like Medley Pharmacy startup is digital pharmacy platform. Again, they are like a capsule, but here they combine lot of medicines and they combine lot of platforms together. You can actually go for online ordering medicine through the Medley also. There is one more called Lindra. Anyone knows Lindra? I'm explicitly talking about some of the startups. I know I'm running little short of time, but yes, anyone knows Lindra startup, Lindra Medley startup, Lindra startup. Lindra is something like very popular drug delivery platform, and they have like potential platform to transform something like the very costly medicines. They come out with a lot of offers. Like we know that cancer medicines are very costly, and if you connect with the Lindra, they have some kind of business model where they go for providing a lot of offers on such kind of costly medicines. And the last one is Farm Easy. Farm Easy, you must have heard. Even True Pill, those. So I am showing one sort of type of pharmacy startups, like they are online digital platforms for selling the medicines and drugs. But every single startup has single USP, like a different problem, the same problem they are solving with the different solutions. So this is what exactly you have to see where innovation and research will work. Like how I'm say taking same problem, but how I will solve in a different way and how I'll connect to the customers. So this is like case studies of different startups, in general some, and then pharmacy specific. So this is what my end of talk. I will end with this. The important thing is not to stop questioning, not to stop thinking, just keep thinking. If you are question, if you are thinking, that means you have to go one step ahead and start analyzing. If you're analyzing, good in analyzing, then please go and solve problem. Don't just stop analyze. I'm analyzing my road is burst, all ditches are there. Analyze lot of ditches, everything. How I'll solve that problem? Problem, think, and solution. If you are good in solving problem, then that means you have a eureka moment that you can go for commercializing it. Once you are ready to commercialize, you are actually going for setting up a startup and going towards entrepreneurship journey on the way of entrepreneurship. So that's all from my side. Thank you very much for this opportunity. I would like to take some questions, if any, or any kind of comments, feedback, points, discussions, anything.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank you, ma'am.
Vishranti ma'am. Thank you.
If anyone have any questions, feel free to ask.
I want to add into what you are saying.
Yes, ma'am, please.
Yeah, it is just a little idea that the students, because you gave lots of examples of online pharmacy and how
Yes,
it is advantageous over the physical the medical store what we have. So
yes,
in this analysis procedures, the students or the whosoever wants to start that has to take into consideration the incurring expenditure of delivery of those to the doorsteps.
correct. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so that is a one thing that goes against this online business compared to
Yes,
the normal pharmacy where the patient or a customer is walking towards you.
yes,
So then it also creates a lots of employment for the uneducated, in the sense not non-pharmacy personnels,
correct.
in a way. But then that is an added and a lot of big huge expenditure. But
Yes,
then that is unavoidable in this case. So those kinds of comparative investment also has to be done in this such kinds of business.
yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
So, what ma'am is specifying is something like this. Even what I can relate with what ma'am is specifying is something local, small thing also, if we are doing. Everyone has medical shops, everyone is going for business of pharmacy, everyone is coming with lot of medications, but some small change in the way how the executions are happening, that innovation, if you can identify through your analytical skills, makes a lot of difference. But whenever you go for doing something different, it is always going to tax the cost. It's like you need to have some finance there. So to get the finance to do something new, also you have to go and change your regular policy or regular way of doing business or regular way of solving some problem. For example, in general way, we can say I need 100 rupees extra for my this month expenditures. So instead of asking parents to give me 100 rupees extra, I may go and cut down something so that I'll save my 100 rupees and I'll spend. So that is something which you have to do. And this is only possible when you have analytical skills. Anyone else wants to specify something or any question?
Yes, you rightly said, ma'am. And there are also innovative ways where you can save the expenditure, in the sense that I may not actually have a medical store which is going to cost me lakhs of rupees, and
Yes,
I can have a storage space as per the guidelines, and from there the dispatch can happen. So I save somewhere and I invest somewhere.
correct. You're actually going to go for business of inventory.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, any other question? So the point of this talk is just not improving analytical skills in normal scenarios for students, but we really look forward, even Dr. Praveen's or even other your faculties, we really look forward like what kind of startup ideas you can think and come out with the solutions for that using your analytical skills. And that's why these are basics, fundamentals and foundations should be strong with respect to, like I want to make a support to good entrepreneur. I may not support with any other thing, but I may support with telling go for analytical skills. So that's maybe the reason this kind of series of talks you people are arranging, so that at least out of 30-35 people, if one person also gets motivated to go for that journey, is the success of this talks. So based on that, I think we can really work. Any question, any other point? If not, I think I can tell Praveen sir to take over.
Any more questions uh, from students, faculty? Thank you, madam. It was very nice session. Um, so just one question actually, when I was thinking about this topic
Yes, yes.
about analytical skill. So when actually I decided for this topic, it was only analytical skills. But then I thought I should give a complete sentence, maybe analytical skills for entrepreneur. But then I thought it will be good if we talk about entrepreneur and also for student. But then
Yes.
after that, I thought, why not also think about the faculty when we are actually juggling with lectures, practicals. At that
Yes.
time, if we use our analytical skills, how we can actually move into maybe entrepreneurship or move into a side hustle
Yes.
simultaneously. So having this session, and you really actually nicely explained with examples. So definitely, it was very nice session, and a lot of things we actually gained from the session. Thanks
Thank you,
very
sir.
much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Over to you, Vishranti.
I now request to Aditi Lakde to propose the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon to all. I feel honored to propose vote of thanks on behalf of our college, STES, Sihagarh College of Pharmacy, Pune, for arranging this session. It was very productive to get insights of entrepreneurship through topic, analytical skills for entrepreneur and students from our today's speaker, Dr. Sucheta Kolekar, ma'am. It was very flattering to have you with us, ma'am. We are convinced that women entrepreneur can drive economic growth very well side by side with men if only they are enabled to realize their rights, plan making, decision making, and to work it on till it succeeds. Once again, we are very much grateful to you, ma'am, for not only sparing your valuable time, but also guiding onto the skills which will be very much necessary for starting a business. And
Thank you.
I
Thank
would
you.
like to I would like to point out how effortlessly you elaborated meaning behind analytical skills, and also you considered our pharmacy field and enlightened about entrepreneurship career in pharmacy. It was very informative, and your examples were wonderful also. Thank you,
Thank
ma'am,
you.
once again.
Thank you.
And now I would like to thank our founder president, Professor M.N. Navle sir, founder secretary, Dr. Sunanda Navle ma'am, Vice President Admin, Mrs. Rachna Navle ma'am, Vice President HR, Mr. Rohit Navle sir for their motivation. I would like to express my humble gratitude to our principal, Dr. Rajesh Patil sir, for arranging, planning, and making this program successful. Last but not least, I would like to extend my gratitude to Dr. Praveen Badhe sir and our teachers for their active participation in making this event successful. Thanks to one and all who contributed along the way. Now, I request all of you to turn on your camera to take group photo.
So just till we arrange for the group photo, I would like to say that I'm from Maharashtra. I'm basically from Pune. Siagat College is one of the college I ever used to heard about, and I have worked in Pune also. So anyone wants to connect with me for anything, you can please connect to the LinkedIn, or you can take a contact number from Praveen sir. Thank you.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you so much for the session.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, I conclude this session as over then. Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am.